Series. We're just finished the first set of this quarterfinal match between Cooper Honish and Morgan Sakura. Cooper Honish won the first set 6-3.
We apologize for the technical difficulties. Right now we're only able to show you this one camera angle because our router goes through the internet. I'd like to tell you it was one of the great skate sets of paddle ever played. It's too bad you missed it, but that wouldn't be true. So you don't have to feel too badly.
The sun seems to really be affecting these players.
You finally had a hold of serve by Annika Cooper at 4-3, and that was the only hold in 9 games. And in all fairness, it was more of a lost game for Morgan Sakura than a hold from Cooper Honish.
Morgan Sakura, who have really looked very sure of themselves in the past few tournaments, look like they don't really know what they want to do here.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely true. I think they're both kind of trying to find their game, especially Charlotte Sakura in terms of when to drive the ball, when to lob the ball. And it's been a real work in progress. And as a result, she's been overly passive in the first set. So this is Floor Honish to serve to Allison Morgan. That's great pickup from Honish.
And Honish is so good at coming in and letting the ball go if she doesn't have a good play on it. She doesn't reach for it. And
okay, so it looks like Morgan Sakura now falling into 1 up, 1 back. Cooper
Love
misses
15.
the forehand, takes us to love 15. Elliot Rodesno won the first set against Delmonico Gebbia 6-1. You surprised by that, Lauren?
I am surprised by that, Mark.
And Dardis and Shea also won the first set, and they're up 3-love in the second over Nutton Williamson. We'll try and get you a score from our last quarter-final match, Andreka Zabori versus Guillaume Molenveld.
Cooper can't see that ball. She gave it a try.
That's a tough ball in the sun.
Tell you what, it's tough for us to see looking out the window at this match. I can only imagine.
So as an indication of how confused Morgan Sakura are, Lauren, they're now playing 1 up, 1 back on the shady side. Can you explain that for me?
I guess they figured that nothing they were doing was working. I mean, they really can't get a spark going, and they're going to try this.
15-40.
I like this on the sunny side,
Yeah.
but in the shady side, not so much. But we'll see. If Sakura can have the discipline not to reach for balls, then it might work.
Which is what Honish has, which you can see is why it works so well for them.
Yeah, 15-40.
15-40. Umpire Yost correcting the score. And it's interesting because
30-40.
regardless of the sun, we had 1 hold of serve in 9 games. And there you have Allison Morgan missing a relatively routine forehand.
Well, that's what we said, right? Morgan likes the pace. That was just a sitter of a serve that she had to supply all of her own pace.
And
see, I mean, she made a great
Well,
pickup
that
there, but
worked.
I don't like that coming
No.
in there. That's a horribly
Game
hard
Morgan
ball to hit in
Sakura, they lead
transition.
1-0.
I agree completely.
Cooper Honish won the first set 6-3.
I mean, that could work for a point here and there, but
Okay, so Andrakova Zabori up 2-1 in the first set over Guillaume Molenveld. Guillaume Molenveld had a tough 3-setter. When technical difficulties subside, we'll take a look at the draw and show you what we're looking at. Okay, it sounds like we can do that, so producer Kelly Diesel gives us the thumbs up. So here we have a look at it. Cooper Honish through easily. Morgan Sakura with a tough win over a good Chicago team. McGlatchy Murphy. Nutton Williamson over another good Chicago team. Some tough matches in the 16s, Lauren, including Gian Molenveld over Manly Ruoff.
Manly Ruoff have been knocking on the door this
Yeah.
year. They've had a lot of tough matches against top teams.
Okay, so this is Charlotte Sakura to serve to Flor Hanish. And again, they're going to the one up, one back.
And
But
there's
if you're
Love
one up, one
15.
back, or two up, you cannot hit that down up overhead to the Cooper backhand. You surprised they've made that mistake so often, Lauren?
I am. I mean, it's what we said from the outset. You just don't do that against them. That's the one place you don't want to
Love
hit the
30.
ball.
So they were staying back when they're on the shady side, and now they're coming to net on the sunny side. Yeah, it's interesting to track the development of Charlotte Sakura, Lauren, because you can see she's just really confused right now. Not really sure what she wants to do.
Well,
She's trying to play more patiently, but instead of playing patiently, she's playing passively.
I think that's the natural progression.
15,
You start off
Love 40.
when you can hit the ball well like she can, hitting everything, and then you hit a wall because that will only work to a certain level. And then, like you said, you learn how to become more patient, but then you forget that you have to also take the opportunities when they come and not let everything go in the screen and not lob everything. So I'm sure she'll find that happy medium.
Yeah, we saw her lobbing a couple of really soft serves from Annika Cooper, lobbing them back instead of driving the ball.
That I don't understand unless she just can't see.
Yeah, I just think she's confused right now. It's interesting because now they're playing one up, one back, but they're
Yeah.
playing a lot of balls in the middle of the court, which to me is a mistake. If you're one up, one back, then you got to take a shot at the crease and to hit some hard overheads and create some action. Good overhead from Honish. All these lobs are very short. That was finally one that drove him out of the service box. A couple of good ones there. Yeah, Sakura's lobs are very short. She's in survival mode now.
I think she should have hit that one. I think
Yeah.
she had a chance to get it away from Honish, but
Lobs are so short. There's a good one. They've got to take some chances from the
yeah,
sunny
how are
side.
they going to win this point?
Eventually something's going to go wrong. They've got to take a couple of cuts when they have them. Now that's on the sunny side, and the shady
Yeah.
side less so. It's interesting, Lauren. I was talking off air, maybe with Jerry Viant or someone else last week, and to me, even with all the new pace of play and the new shots, when you're struggling, the answer is always the same: lob better. Because if you're hitting lobs regularly, and your opponent's going to have to hit them from 2 feet behind the service line, you're going to win a lot of points.
Yes, if you can lob better, that's always a good idea.
Yeah. And we saw Hughes Powers 2 weeks ago in Short Hills where they just lobbed horribly, and you cannot generate offense when your opponent's on top of the net hitting overheads. Games are 2-2 in the Guillaume Molenveld on Drekova Zabori match.
So this point's probably, what, 50 shots long?
I would say twice that right now.
And Morgan and Sakura haven't hit a single ball.
Yeah.
Not one.
I love the mental fortitude to hang in the point this long.
But they have to at least make Honish and Cooper think about the drive.
Yep.
Otherwise, they're
Game
just
more
standing
Honish
there
Cooper.
waiting for the lob.
Yep, that's
Games
1-1.
are 1-1.
And that would be 10 breaks in 11 games. Okay, this is Annika Cooper serving to Allison Morgan. Well, there are 2 more drives than we saw last point, Lauren. So to me, that's a great example of Sakura's either unwillingness or just not ready to set up her offense. She hit a really good lob from the middle of the court, drove Florhanish way back, and didn't set herself up for the next shot. Now there she blitzes, which I like, but she's got to set herself up for the next ball. You got to be 1 or 2 balls ahead.
Got to be looking for it.
Yep, you got to put yourself in position, and that's what she's not doing right now. Good serve from Cooper there. There's another really good lob. There's no footwork to follow it up. And this is starting to look like the last point of the last game, Lauren.
There you go.
Yeah. That's her big weapon. It's a great shot. Oh.
15-all.
So again, she hits that real deep lob, and she stands and watches, and then she misses the lob.
30-15.
And all Cooper and Honish have to do is that they can be very relaxed and
There's no danger.
there's right.
Eventually you're going to get a
Yep.
short lob.
Yep.
You can hit an effective waterfall, catch a nick or a seam. You're going to win the point.
40-15.
They lead 3-2 Guillaume Molenveld over on Drekova Zabori. But right now this match is just clearly Honish Cooper's to win.
No, it's Honish Cooper's to lose.
Yeah, that too. But they just you just have no feel that Morgan and Sakura have anything going at all right now.
Well, they're perfectly capable of staying in the points, but it doesn't look like they have any way of winning the points at this moment.
Yeah, they're
Game.
swinging at the wrong ball.
Honish Cooper,
We
they
have
lead 2 games to 1.
Our second hold in 12 games. Both belong to the holder of the big serve, Annika Cooper.
And to be fair, Cooper and Honish they're serving well, they're playing well, they're not making any errors. They don't have any pressure on them.
Yes. And it's always interesting when someone comes off the court and said, "Oh, I played terribly." And, "Well, how did your opponents play?" And, "Well, I played terribly." Well, your play is connected to how your opponents play. If your opponents don't put any pressure on you, then it's easy to play well. If your opponents put pressure on you, play well. That's impressive.
That is true. That's the key to the game.
Okay, this is almost a must-hold for Allison Morgan. I mean, they're on the shady side of the court. We just have to have a hold here. So we saw when the roles were reversed how many overheads Cooper Honish played to the middle of the court. Let's see if Morgan Sakura shows some of the same discipline. Just have to avoid that down-up overhead to Cooper's backhand. Okay. Well played point
15
there.
love.
I think they're doing better when they're at the net, Morgan, Sakura.
I think they're doing better when they switch sides.
Yeah, but they've just been able to create nothing from the baseline so far.
Yeah, they just don't seem to know what they're doing back there. They seem so, to quote Mirta Molenveld, so confused. Yeah, I don't mind them being so patient when they're in the backcourt and the shady side. Problem is they're just missing balls that
15
they
all.
shouldn't be missing. But again, Flor Honish with a really smart point. She's taking chances. She's being aggressive. She's trying to put her team in front on points when they're in the sunny side, because if she doesn't, they're going to lose the point.
Yep.
15-30. All right.
Yeah, it's going down the drain fast right here. They need to play a couple of good, solid points. I mean, those are three
15-40.
just really loose points. Missed lob, couple of missed lobs and a fault. And in fairness, a lot of this is experience. Cooper Honish have played a lot of these matches in tough conditions. They know what they're doing. And right now, you don't sense that from Morgan Sakura.
Game, Cooper Honish, they lead 3 games to 1.
What's the weatherman say, Lauren? By 4 o'clock, is the sun going to be far less of an issue?
5 o'clock, I believe.
5 o'clock
I
semis?
think they moved it back an hour to accommodate the sun, or to not accommodate the sun.
Or to
believe.
accommodate the sun. You know, there's a miss from Honish,
Love
but that's
15.
a good, smart shot.
4:30.
4:30. Taking advantage of it, trying to make a play. I see Gio and Molenveld staying back. against Andrekova Zabori.
Fifteen all.
Good ball from
15-30.
Cooper. She just couldn't get out of there fast enough. So why is Allison Morgan back now?
I don't know. Well,
Doesn't make any
15,
work there, but
40.
it doesn't make any sense, does it?
$15.40.
I think it's 4-3 Guillaume Molenveld in the next court. Great hands
nice
from
hands.
Cooper.
Nice to see a little action this point.
30, 40.
I mean, it's very hard to play in these conditions, and that's why you see so much tentative play from everybody.
Although much less from Cooper
Yep.
Honish. And they're just a lot more experienced, as we talked about earlier. What happened there?
I think she wasn't ready.
She could have tied her shoes and then been ready after the ball left the paddle.
Game. Morgan Sakura. Honish and Cooper lead 3-2.
Well, they're keeping themselves within shouting distance.
Yeah,
Morgan
now
Sakura.
they gotta get a
They gotta
hold
hold,
of serve, which
yeah.
they haven't done yet. And now they've got two
Allison.
games on the sunny side.
Yep. Uline is the leading distributor of shipping, industrial, and packaging materials to businesses throughout North America. They ship over 2.5 million boxes every day, but we are so much more than a box company. More than 32,000 quality products are always in stock and ready to ship. Outstanding customer service means they're here when you need them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Uline, the best selection, products, and people for an unforgettable customer experience.
Okay, if they're going to win this match, they may need to win this game. You never want to count anybody out, but they've got to get a hold at some point. Scores their stronger server. That was such a
15,
non-committed
love.
swing. I mean, I don't mind
Oh,
hitting
sorry.
that ball. I think it was the
15.
right ball to hit. But
Yeah, it
as you
was out.
talked
It was
about
out.
earlier, she likes pace, and she kind of guided that one. So even if that ball's going to go in, they volley it easily. Take some swings from over here in the sun. Okay. Hit some
15
hard
all.
overheads.
Yeah, make something happen.
Yeah, it's exactly right. Make something happen. And when things are going bad, change it. That's the beauty of having the wires behind you.
Yeah.
The serve's called out,
15-30.
confirmed by umpire Yost. It's so fascinating to watch, Lauren. I mean, Charlotte Sakura is a tremendous athlete, tremendous rackets player, and you can see her brains are kind of scrambled right now. She's just confused out there.
Well, it's easy when all you do is hit the ball, right?
Yeah.
And it's easy when all you do is lob. But you have to find that, calibrate it, and that's what she's working on. And when she does, watch out.
And that's what paddle's all about.
Yeah, it is.
Right? Is making those decisions, figuring out what you want to do, when you want to do it. Okay. I like the blitz. Again, like you said, make something happen. There's a good backhand. Okay. I like that.
Much better
Sometimes-
point.
Yeah,
Much,
they have
much
the
better.
answers. They make the volleys. That's okay.
Yeah.
Great lob. So here's where you can't play the middle of the court. Here you're on the sunny side of the net. You've got to take some cuts at the ball. Try and get a nick. Try and get a seam.
Right, and the reason for that is because otherwise you're going to get a ball that you can't see.
Yep.
15-40.
So there's no point in being
Yeah.
up there passively playing the center of the court.
Yep. Be happy that you can see the ball and try to make something of it.
Our courts at Crest Hollow are slightly at an angle, and in the morning it's like this. It's really hard to see the ball, and you've got to make things happen. Dardis and Shea are through, 2 in love, and they'll face the winner of this match. There's a good swing. Good swing. That's
Yep.
your ball.
Game, Cooper, Honish.
Morgan and Sakura look better.
They lead 4-2.
Although the score may not reflect it, they look like they're at least not being so passive.
There's a big forehand from Alice
Love
Morgan.
15.
And that's what she's got to do. On that soft serve from Cooper, you have to punish it. When you're on the sunny side, you've got to take chances.
There's a better serve.
Great shot from Flor Honish.
15-all.
Try and get you a score from the Elliot Redesno Delmonico Gebbia match. And there's a good aggressive play.
15-30. 15-40.
Pretty simple, right? But then earlier you see that Cooper's kind of throwing the ball in the box and Sakura's lobbing it. It just takes one good game to turn things around.
But as you said, they have to be able to hold serve.
Yeah, well, that one good game will be next game.
Yeah.
5-4 on Drakova Zabori.
Game, Morgan Sakura.
And
Honish
it looks
Cooper lead
like
4 games to
Domenico
3.
Gebbia are done, and they lose to Elliot Rodesno. Good win for those guys. Macy Elliott really coming along.
Yeah, and Marcelo Rodesno was just a really talented, solid player, and it's nice to see a relatively different team coming along.
Yeah, Macy Elliott made the semis at Charities. She works at the Country Club of Darien, where we're going to be at Nationals in 2 weeks. She works for Carl Levitt. If you haven't signed up for Nationals, the PTI Nationals, the Open Nationals, I encourage you to do so. Tune into Campana. We'll run a terrific show there. It's going to be a great event. Okay, Allison Morgan to serve, 3-4. And here's where we find out whether we got a match, although they could break and hold and break again.
I think they're going to hold. I see a little spark in their step now. Morgan Sakura looks like they feel more comfortable. Oh.
And you see Flor Hanish doing everything right up
Yep.
there.
Yep, she is.
There she wins the point. She's taking chances.
Love
And
15.
she's so disciplined, so she takes chances and she's rewarded for it because she's not going for balls that she should let go by.
Yeah, but she knows if she doesn't take chances,
Yeah.
then they're in trouble.
Great volley.
Love 30.
And if Morgan and Sakura lose this game on points like this, you just have to say too good.
Yeah, when they play the right points.
Mhm.
Which they haven't played too many of.
But the last few games have definitely been much
Been
better.
better.
Love 40.
Yeah, we haven't seen any eye formation from those guys. Haven't seen them move things around enough. That's really
Game,
well-placed forehand
Honish
from
and
Cooper.
Cooper, they lead 5 games to
4
3.
good points by Honish Cooper.
Well, they'll have one more opportunity to hold, potentially, Lauren. And it'll come on the sunny side if they can break Flor Honish here. So Honish
15
keeps
love.
drawing him into that cat and mouse game and pushing the volley behind them. Just won a number of points that way.
It's good return.
15 all.
That was off a pretty good serve.
Good serve,
too.
yeah. Good return off a good serve. But it was high, so Sakura could come down over it and make Honish hit it from her shoelaces.
You know what we haven't seen today? A sidearm serve yet,
We have not.
which we will see a lot of tomorrow.
That definitely seems to have taken hold much more in the men's game than in the women's, which is why we will see more of it tomorrow.
Roxy Anika hits it a
Yeah.
little bit. She's really the only one. Oh, Sakura was coming to net, the wrong ball there. Good reach from Cooper. See, that's the old red she should have been hitting from the sunny side. First set, Andrakova Zabori, 6-4. Again, you see Cooper Honish taking lots of chances from this side of the court. Great
And
fill from Honish.
when you have a partner who likes to sneak up the wire on that backhand side, you have to be.
And that was a forced error.
Yeah.
She knew if she didn't hit that ball perfectly,
30-15.
Cooper was going to be there, and she misses it wide. 2 points from the match.
Another good serve.
40-15.
Double match point. And that was not a good miss or a forced one.
Ooh.
40-30.
That looked like Juan Araya. It's another match point to come. And there it is, game, set, and match. Cooper Honish.
Honish and Cooper win 6 games to 3.
Any closing
They
thoughts,
won the
Lauren?
first set also 6 games to 3.
It was tough. It was tough because of the sun, but Cooper Honish really handled it well and played a very smart match.
Cooper Honish are just a really smart team. They compete really well. They're never out of a match. They always have a game plan. Okay, I think we're going to take a quick break and be back with the other quarterfinal. We're going to go to court 2, Kelly, or we're having problems?
No.
Okay, we're going to be back with our semifinal at 4:30.
See you then.